And this one has to do with collectibles.
Uh-oh.
There were a number of collectibles released last week during the San Diego Comic-Con.
A ton.
Some of these look great, and then some of them aren't for me. In fact, I know my good friend Martin Keeler, Zuvium, who has been a Black Series collector. It's got an insane Black Series collection. He's checked out. He's like, nope, I canceled all my pre-orders.
He's not collecting them anymore?
The plastic free.
He's well, that's part
Is
of
that-
it, but
Wow.
but some of it is this as well. So if we just go through this first with this Force Effects Vader Sabre, I love it. I love it. I've got the Legacy Saber here, right? I've got this, which is very similar, right? Very similar, but in this case, the difference with this saber, of course, is that it's the new Force Effects Elite, and it's got a kyber crystal. You can see the kyber crystal right there.
Dope.
So you can display it with that. So I thought that's fantastic. It's something that if folks don't have this one, or even if you do have this one, you might want that one as well. If you're a Saber collector, there are some differences in it for sure. So
Hey,
it
Sam,
would be worth having. Yeah.
how much would it cost to see you and Jason in a parking lot dueling it out with some lightsabers? I think Nikki wants to know.
Oh my goodness! I will. There's another Patreon question that addresses the same thing. I'll address that at the end.
Okay.
So
I think
Answers.
I think
coming.
Rob is sooner to fight you than I think Jason would.
yeah.
Who's the real Santa?
Exactly.
Oh, Santa!
Well, actually, Rob would sneak out from behind an alley and be like, "I'm the hidden master." I'm coming."
Yeah.
So we get a vintage collection Cal Kestis, which the vintage collection have been very, very competitive with Black Series as far as detailing.
As you maybe can tell by my background.
Yes, posability, everything. This is great. The one difference here is that he has this blaster, which appears to be from the upcoming game, right? Survivor.
Okay.
This is our first full look at Cal, I think, as well. In the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a little older here, right?
Yeah, he's a little bit older.
Yep.
He's got a blaster.
Love the card
that,
as well.
I do too. I love it. I think this
I
is
don't know where
great.
it is. Yeah.
The
Christmas.
and then you get a couple more Black Series. Here you get
The classic reuse.
Exactly, another repaint. They love that.
Love that.
And not only do you get a
This one I will
repaint
say looks cool though, but
of that dude, but you get another repaint of a B1 battle droid. I thought this looks good too.
Yeah. these seem to be enemies, obviously,
That was
within the
a
game, which is
question.
cool.
Like, could you do that yourself if you had a previous model of this?
Could you paint that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're skilled enough.
Yes, you're skilled.
Not me. I couldn't do it.
I couldn't either. So
A little masking tape, my man. Whew.
right.
That's all I'm saying.
And then,
We'll save you money. That's for sure.
they've got
$30 a figure now.
Grogu, Black Series Grogu and Priam. There's already a Black Series Grogu.
Yeah.
Right?
I love it,
Pram-
but
Pram
it's gonna be a pass for me because I basically have all this already. So
The
Yeah.
pram is different, and technically
the Pram is different, but I like the.
I was just about to point that out.
I'm sorry, I left that comment. That's me.
The Knights
Yeah,
of Melvin
that's
made
Levi.
it. Good to,
That's
good
Levi,
to
by
see
the
you
way,
here.
guys.
You guys know
I
that's my
knew
alt
that.
account.
I knew the chances were high when you get this many shills in a
Inside
room
jokes.
together.
How could you call me a shill? I just literally.
No, I know. Well, that's the problem. That's why we had a magic maker on here before. Definitely not a shill, and of course Quentin not either. But
I'm a shill right here.
You
Yeah,
got Levi and
I think you're
myself.
talking. All on Earth might be the two shills here. I think,
By the
unfortunately.
way,
here.
nothing wrong with you guys being a show. You enjoy what you enjoy. You know that. Live your
Johnny,
Oh,
Johnny,
yeah.
Johnny, I'm going to
Thank you for
revoke your
that,
show
Quentin.
card. You're not a, you don't count.
How am I not?
We got a whole. Never mind.
I do want to bring up. So we got Migs Mayfield.
Love this.
Popular character, and this is a great figure. And but then we get into some weird stuff, and which always happens. Let me get. Well, wait. First, can't skip over this. Mandalorian Luke Skywalker. Look,
Love it.
this is wonderful. This is absolutely wonderful.
I'll spy.
You get the hallway scene, Luke Skywalker. from Mando season 2. Absolutely brilliant scene. Some of the best Star Wars we've gotten since the original trilogy. I love it, and to be able to get this figure is something I think many fans and collectors are going to want. To me is the biggest.
I have a
win
feeling
of
he'll be
the-
hard to find.
An
of the
absolutely
wave.
inaccurate figure, though. If you want to scroll up, you can see even on the
There is
Yeah.
an
the print.
inaccuracy.
So see how the cape, the cow clasps across in the render
Right,
there,
right.
even on the
Right.
side art. But the
Yeah.
actual figure itself is definitely just the reuse
Yeah.
of the one they were developing for the Rancor,
Right.
which is just
Yeah,
a
sure.
Return of the Jedi Luke, and it's not actually it's not actually
Yeah.
it doesn't clasp across. So
Although you
Right,
could
right.
probably like glue it together or something like that. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know.
you can fix that
You
yourself.
could fix it. You know,
it's a
if
great
you
looking
wanted to.
figure.
It is a great looking figure, though.
It is.
Excited
it is.
for that one.
And
Can I just say
people will
about something about the MiGs? It's so funny how I get it as a simpler figure to make, but we have the season 2 MiGs before we had the season 1 MiGs, which I thought was just kind of
Well,
mind-boggling.
that's been a series in the vintage collection as well.
Yeah.
Season 2
Yeah.
stuff before 1.
Yeah.
We're
Anyways.
limited on time, so want to be able to get through. Look, another Boba Fett Starship, the Slave One. They just re-released this recently, and it's a fantastic ship. I don't get the re-release of it. That's kind of crazy.
Is it hard to find still?
No,
No, I don't know.
no. This
It's
just
only-
changes the packaging, and you get a different figure with it. So, I mean, fine. I
Boba Fett
suppose if you
Starship.
don't have it.
Boba Fett.
And the
Like a
last
replica
time it was released, the box said plainly on it, Slave One. This was I mean, I just got that a year ago. This one will say Boba Fett Starship. So just
An official change.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as it's still called Slave One in the data bank, then it's still called that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh wait, is that the ship they're talking about? They're talking about
and
Slave
then we do have some holiday painted figures. I'm fine with holiday painted figures. This is something that happens across different kind of collections, different toy sets. I had kids when they were growing up collected Breyer horses. And Breyer horses have a very famous holiday line that is highly collectible. I'm absolutely fine with it. My problem is on the release date, spring of 2023. Makes no sense to me
Not
because
at
it's all Halloween focused, and it's like, okay, it's not my thing, not something I want, nothing I need. Hasbro could make money by repainting them. Good for you, but I just don't get the spring release. For me, that's a miss.
talking about this last, and like that merchandise is where they're making their money at. You know, people were saying
Yeah.
that Disney Plus is not making money, and I agree. But like, it's pushing people to this. Like, those little kids love that stuff, man. My daughter walks into the store, she sees anything that looks a particular way, she's like, "Give it to me, let me have it." You know,
I mean,
I don't know. I will say I don't know how the sales do on like these holiday figures though.
Really
I
well.
don't know how
really
high.
well. Everyone,
sh-
we all complain about them, and then all of the last series of, if I can jump
The
in for a
Christmas
second,
ones.
all the last Christmas ones,
There he
all
is.
hard to find. Then there was such. Get this. This is a little known Black Series fact. There was actually a second wave of Christmas figures made. There were photos
There
of them
was.
out there for last Christmas, and the shipping was so messed up. They just pushed them to next Christmas, even though they were on shelves in some places. It's
Yeah.
so messed up. They made a
Hasbro
whole line
does
of
that.
figures, and everyone just forgot that they came out because of how far back they got pushed. So
Oh,
weird.
okay. I see. I see.
okay.
Somebody pointed out to me, Matt, thank you for that. Halloween or fall? The date is afterwards, so fall 2022. That's perfect then. Perfect. I have no problem with this wave. They're not for me. They're not
No,
for me.
they're not.
No,
I've got my Santa Claus one. I'll get some
I
Christmas
was-
ones.
I will say I was more
That's
upset about the original Christmas wave because at the time like Hasbro was I just felt like they're doing like really crappy. The waves weren't that good, but now that I think the waves have been consistently good lately, so I'm okay with them having these. But anyways,
And then these are the ones that I absolutely despise. These
Yeah,
credit
time for me to
collection
check out. Yeah, bye.
oh, you don't
these
like
are
these? No,
terrible.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I hate them.
No, I do.
I hate them. The credit collection, it just repaints to repaint. There's no purpose in them. Like the holiday, okay, fine, do that. There are people.
The
that
Tusken
will
Raider
get them.
actually still looks okay.
The
Oddly enough.
Come on,
That still looks okay.
Don't defend it. Don't defend it. Don't no.
Hot Wheels section
on.
of Star Wars. That's all.
they're just look. If you want to paint your din jar in a different color, go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
I
Is that-
why?
These are
why
the peg
release
warmers at Target. These are your peg warmers. So
they're terrible.
this will be the peg warmers of the year.
This absolutely makes me nuts. Like, do the holiday ones. People can buy them or not buy them.
The Ahsoka one's not bad.
Oh, and are blue lightsabers? That's not right.
Well, it's
Well,
messed
it's
up.
from the concept already.
No, I know.
The whole thing's messed up. I'm just not a fan of the credit collection at all.
To this day, you can
could
still
go
find
away.
Moff Gideon.
Myth Moff Gideon's still there.
Moff
Yeah,
Gideon's still there in your local Best Buy,
absolutely.
sitting on that shelf.
And then we get Axe Wolves, which is fine.
Looks
Very
great.
good. It's all good. And look, this guy here, another
Is that the dude from Final Conflict Earth?
Platonian. Right? Is it Platonian?
This
right?
is a repack from the ATST that they released, but on a card this time.
I'm looking forward to getting this at some point, right? But that's the original, like back in the day, figigures. So I'm looking forward to getting these.
Yeah.
This one
Yeah,
follows
the first set was
original.
awesome.
Yeah, where you got Luke and Han
Luke,
and all that.
Leia, Han,
Yeah.
Chewie, Obi-Wan.
is
Oh
the
no,
nice-
Obi-Wan's right there. I think Vader. I
Yeah.
don't remember. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is nice. And then of course there's been another thing that has got some attention, and it's worth bringing up briefly. We again, we're kind of gone long on the segments, but I do want to bring up this other figure because some people have gotten a lot of mileage on this, and I'm not sure that it deserves it. Right? We've got this animatronic Grogu. It's up to $100,000.
Whoa!
So
I didn't know that. It was that much.
it starts around $80,000,
Okay.
and then you can customize it. You can add more servos to it and all of this, right? So begins at like $85,000. It can go up to $100,000. So you can they're built custom to order. It's defined by how realistic you want them to be, so on and so forth. Look, if folks want to get it, that's fine. I have no problem with that. Hold on, let me mute that. I have no problem. This is not Hasbro doing it. This is not Lucasfilm doing it. This is not Disney doing it. This is somebody paid for the license, and they want to
They
make
acquired a
these
license?
things for people that want to
This
buy
is like
them.
high
Fine.
end collecting here.
Who cares?
Hey, if
Who
you want
cares?
to spend the money, then go ahead. You know, if you
Yeah,
want to spend like, $100,000 and all that.
I just couldn't care less. Like, if you've got $100,000 and you want to customize one and have it in your study, go for
Does
it.
it come with the pram as well?
It should
Yeah,
better.
yeah. That's
It
part
better.
of it.
You're paying that
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
Look, it's well done. It's not for me.
Convince
but
someone
I-
who would buy that to instead invest that money, and then 20 years from now, have someone build them like an army of these.
Mm.
You know?
Yeah.
An army of animatronic Krogers.
There are people
Terrifying
who have
sight.
different economic realities than I do, right? And if in your economic reality, an $85,000 to $100,000 Grogu is part of your pocket money that you want to spend, go for it. I don't care.
Pocket money.
It's out. Like I said,
Yeah.
their reality is outside of mine, right? My reality is nowhere close to that.
You said it right, because the only kind of people I can imagine having that kind of money are people who probably carry that as pocket money. Because it's like,
Like millionaires and billionaires. Yeah.
Right, and if they want to, then go right ahead. And it doesn't burn me up at all that they made it.
maybe not even a lot of those people would do that. Because I mean, like certain individuals of a certain value, you give them $100,000, they're going to take that and buy probably 5 different rental properties and turn that into a lot more money very quickly.
Sure.
So-
Sure.
I don't
Sure.
know.
So
Is it
look,
like- I wonder if it has the same tech like that they use for Grogu, like now at like Lucasfilm. Like I don't know how advanced it is.
it's got like a whole mess of servos in it.
It can blink.
so-
You
yeah.
can blink. Okay, there you go.
Guys at Lucasfilm need to actually direct it a certain way. right?
Yeah, they have a controller and all that stuff.
Yeah, this seems
Yeah.
more pre-programmed, less of a somebody else can get behind the wheels kind of thing.
Right,
maybe.
right.
Exactly.
Perhaps, yeah.
Look, licensing helps Lucasfilm. Lucasfilm sold the licensing for that, and they're making him. They'll get some cut of the fees involved there. And Quentin, as you were saying, like last night, I think was it last night that you guys were having the discussion, or the night before? I was watching your video where you were talking with Felicity and.
Oh yeah, that was last night. Yeah.
Look, they're making money.
Yeah,
I mean, whether Disney Plus is a money maker for Disney or not, Lucasfilm is been hitting.
Them hitting the numbers.
All the numbers that they wanted and exceeding them on the platform.
Yeah.
So, look, it's all good. It's all good.
You're going to Vince McMahon route. That's why I mentioned that. It's like he doesn't care. Before he stepped down, he got to a point with his product that he didn't really care what the storylines looked like. As long as some kid out there bought a toy or a T-shirt, they made what they needed to make make everyone happy. So that's where we are with this kind of situation. You know?
Well, now I'll throw in my obligatory blurred comment. That look, the more they make on licensing things, the more money they have to retool and make other things, right?
You're right.
So
True.
there is a demand for blurgs. My friend X-Wing has ordered me a custom, and people are having customs made. Our other friend Baymax, who did the thumbnail for today, he ordered a custom blurg as well. Eventually, Hasbro might get around to making them. The blurgs have shown up in every era. You can find them all the way back in the old Ewok movies. That's where they first came up. And then they've been in all the animated series. And so, at some point, but maybe not Bad Batch, but they were in
No, they were in Bad Batch.
I thought they were in Bad Batch. Yeah.
Ryloth
they were in Clone Wars and Rebels
And Clone Wars
as well. So I know that. Look, they're the horse of Star Wars, except for Rise of Skywalker. But other than that, they show up everywhere, and with popularity of Mandalorian and Quill, and of course then writing them in season 1. Look, I need it.
Yeah.
So
how are you getting it customized? What does that mean?
Yeah. Where are you?
So there are folks. The one that X-Wing ordered, he got from Spain. The one that Baymax got, he's getting from Turkey. There are people who have 3D printers,
Okay.
and they have models for them. They print them off. They sand them, paint them, customize them.
Gotcha.
These are Black Series scale.
I think you can get with either scale.
Okay.
And I do know too that the folks over at Hot Toys have a blurg.
Do you have a blurg?
Yeah.
May have someone make me a baklava in the shape of a blurg, and then
That's probably cheaper.
Yeah.
True.
So look, hopefully they will soon. There's a big Hasbro Con coming up in September, 1st of October, and eventually we'll get some more pipeline reveals, and we'll see.
If we could save the bubble for vintage collection packaging, which I know is a big victory. Tim from Boss Bounty, all those people I follow, like that was a huge thing, and I know they all want blurgs too, and I know that Hasbro watches at least those channels. I think we'll get a blurg. I think at some point.
I do think we will get one day. I question Black Series though. I mean, maybe they could, because they haven't done like a vehicle in a long time for Black Series, so maybe they go.
Well, they try. Well, the failed Rancor that goes in. That
but they used to do like Luke's land speeder, and they even did the Hoth speeder. So maybe stuff like that is what I'm more talking about. But yeah,
exactly.
That Rancor is tragic.
My Rancor is tragic, but I think that's all Hasbro's fault. I don't think that's anybody else.
I agree. Look, without going too deep into that, we're going along again. But the idea there on the last 2 HasLab projects, just terribly executed.
Yeah, and Reva's lightsaber failed.
Yeah,
Reva's lightsaber. It's not even a Black Series. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Well,
it's under the Black Series.
No, I know exactly.
Yeah.
I'm saying those lightsabers are force effects. Like, just make it different.
Right.
When people think
Cosplay.
Black Series, They don't think the helmets and the lightsabers. They think the figures.
Figures. Yeah.
Look,
If they ever did make a lightsaber, would you need like a license to carry one?
Yeah.
well, there is the site. Well, I shared after X-Wing and I talked about the lady up in Canada that was wearing a stormtrooper outfit, holding a blaster, and she got taken down and arrested. In the
Oh, I've
parking
seen
lot
that video. Yeah.
Yeah. But look, Quentin and I were kind of chatting about it yesterday during the rewatch of the Bad Batch, and how long until they do a Fennec Shand helmet?
Ooh,
It's got to be coming.
great
Black
point.
Series.
Mhm.
Like they've done several pilot helmets, Vader's helmet, of course.
Yeah.
The only
how
problem
long-
with Fenix Helmet is that it's more dynamic with like the moving aspect of it, and Hasbro doesn't like to do work. So I would say at least. Well,
I
all
would
the helmets
I would
now
agree
are,
with
like,
that, but there's functionality to some of them. Like Vader's helmet, you can split into 3. Like
yeah,
I don't know.
guess.
I
guess.
get what you're saying though.
I'm-
I get what you're saying.
It's
No,
like
that was a good burn, Levi.
Yeah, that was a good burn.
that was
like
good.
there's more
That was-
going on with Fenix Helmet than it's just.
Yeah, I'm still waiting on
it's
the
gotta-
Rex helmet as well. I don't know if they'll ever do clone helmets just because of how they're designed. You have to like
after
open
Book
the
of Boba,
back
after
and
Book
then-
of Boba and Obi-Wan though, we have
True, we do have
Lucasfilm
practical
has
helmets now.
practical helmets finally. So
Yeah.
I think there's precedent.
Yeah, there's warrant there. All right,
I mean,
well, there we go.
I watched a dude on YouTube make a real life Iron Man replica helmet, and he measured it to size. It opens and everything. He 3D printed
Yeah,
it and
Yeah.
it's in
yeah.
metal.
There's a bunch of those out there.
Yeah, there's a Spider-Man one too. I just saw
Yep.
yesterday.
So
So
probably do it before them and make more money.
what cracks me
Hey, if
about
they make clone
Levi's
helmets,
comment,
I'll buy them all day,
regard-
and they're the easy to repaint. They're the easiest to repaint.
regarding Fenix helmet, it doesn't even have like a shield. That covers the
No.
eye section. It's literally
No.
just sort of like a
It's a
pivot.
hinge. Yeah.
Right? It's
Thing-
one
thing
hinge.
that comes over here, and yeah.
Yeah, that's way too much work. No.
It is.
All right.
We'll see.
Next
We'll
topic.
see.